Hello everyone, welcome back to the HP UFT QTP training. We are going to be conducting an orientation session today. The purpose of it is to introduce you to the program and talk to you about what it is all about, how it's going to work and how it could help you. So most of this session is going to focus on the predominant parts as to what we offer as part of the tutorials, the training, the live program, and we will also run a few poll questions that will help you understand what we are doing and how others are doing in a similar field like yours. So thank you so much for joining in and listening in. And towards the end of the session, I will definitely take a more focused question and answer. So if there are any questions, team, I will request you to note it down at your end and fire it to me once I'm to the Q&A section. So as of now, you will notice that I have my screen shared, and here is the main topic of today's discussion. We're going to talk of Hewlett-Packard HP's product on unified functional testing, which was earlier called as Quick Test Professional. It is one of the most popular software test automation tool used primarily for functional and regression testing and has been a market leader for over a decade. Yes, it does have more competitive platforms in the market today, but you will see as we go along in this session why it still makes a wise decision for you to really go about mastering. I will also talk about what you really need to master, how you go about learning this tool in a manner that will create that kind of knowledge for you, and it will create that amount of confidence for you to go start facing interviews or start working in new projects. All right, having said this, let me quickly go over to a document that I created earlier. So most of this document, team, talks about what the training is all about and how we will go through it. So I will introduce you to the overall program, and I'll also talk about the great collection of videos that we have on HPQTP at ITeLearn. So let me open up ITeLearn.com in the meanwhile and show you where this is. So I'll keep switching between Windows team as we go along. And as I mentioned, if you have any issues in the screen, audio or so on, do re-log in or look at your email, which has all the instructions of how to use the audio and to be able to view my screen. I will also talk about how HP Unified Functional Testing, which is the new name or new version to the Quick Test Professional, is still a market leader and why is it so popular because of the HP brand name. We will go into the job market and see how the job market is and what are the trends running in it. Yes, I'll be talking a lot about how the training will be conducted and what can be expected during the training. So let me get very quickly into how the training is going to be conducted and what we're going to learn in this training team. I'm going to quickly go to the online training videos out here on HP UFT. Come back to my orientation session document. So you will notice, team, that the way we are able to see is the text too small. I'm going to increase the view size to 150%. That way we have a larger text to look at. All right, there you go. We focus at ITeLearn primarily on the fact that automation testing has two main areas. It's got the more record and run skills versus the scripting / framework skills. And you will notice as you go along and part of a training that we focus more in terms of scripting and framework skills. When I say more, almost 100% of it is focused on this. Yes, we do talk about how record and run works, but that is more of a fact to show you that there is an engine which helps to automate what a manual testing engineer will do, and then we show you how that engine operates, and then we build you as engineers to go in and say how you can tweak that engine, how you can change the settings, how you could write your own custom programs to make it more effective, and that is what the industry wants. So you will see that you will focus a lot on the hands-on approach. You will get your hands dirty, team. You will practice as I do the sessions along with me to understand how I am doing and how you will see that you could do it. And trust me, team, with my experience of about almost 8 years by teaching HP Quick Test Professional, this is one of the most common phrases that I hear. The phrase is, Karthik, when you do it, it looks so easy, but when we sit and do it, it gets complicated. And that is expected because I have followed. Sorry, team. Sorry for the small glitch and the fact that I had to re-log into my machine. My Microsoft Surface Pro kind of gave up because it is so extremely hot right now in Los Angeles that working from my small den was getting too hot. So it showed me the heated up button. So I had to come back in to more air conditioned facility and do this. So I hope all is fine now. You're able to see me. Sorry, see the screen and hear me okay, team? All right, let's go. So won't keep it too long for your team. So primarily, like I was saying, ITeLearn, we focus more on your hands-on experience. We do focus a lot on scripting. We talk about how you go about building absolute frameworks that the industry requires today. So our ability to train is totally based on the fact on how to enable you to be a successful automation test engineer in today's information technology world. Now, we speak a lot about the edge that you can carry. We talk about why would these skills and the confidence that you build will take you to it. And a lot of times, team, you will notice for a fact that the edge is primarily, even if you're applying for a manual testing position, you may sometimes get looked at your automation testing skills because a lot of organizations are flexible in moving the resources around depending on the project needs, and that is where you'll require the edge. I will not focus too much on the prerequisites right now because fundamentally the main thing is what all whatever is needed will be covered. So we assume that you are a beginner to IT, forget about software testing or programming or anything, and we approach our training based on that fact. So whatever skill is required to get you there, we will make sure that you do cover it. Yes, there are a few videos that we may want you to watch, and these videos will help you to get a better orientation. We do have a day 1 and day 2 training, which is the start of the training starting from Wednesday and Thursday of this week. But meanwhile, while that training starts, or before we get into the day 3, which is going to be more critical, you will notice for the fact that um, some of these videos will really help you. So let me take you quickly to the QTP tutorials. I don't think it went there. Okay, now it's going. And here are some of the prerequisite videos that I was talking about. So HP QTP training and video tutorials is the home page. It'll talk briefly about how our tutorials are based and how we go about building a large database of training videos. So we keep access for you for some of the latest batch. So for example, this is one training batch. As soon as we complete, or as we going through this training batch, you will notice that those videos also will start getting placed. So the different versions of QTP, starting from version 10 to UFT 12 and now UFT 12.5 in this batch, will get uploaded here. You do have access to go and watch a lot of these things. So the fast track 5, which is also the bite-sized videos, are simple quick tutorials that will help you learn a lot more about something we want to watch. I will express some of what I would like you to watch in the day 1 training. But you will notice out here, once you log in as a trainee, that there are a lot of videos that will really guide you through it. All right. So I'm going to keep that also in this orientation document for you to really look into. Okay. Now, we do want to take this to an advanced level. So if we want to train you and take you to an advanced level, which focuses more on scripting, on how you can handle dynamic applications with dynamic domains or industries, and how you go about successfully automating to the maximum potential to which an application can be taken away from manual testing more towards automation testing, we need a lot of focused approach in the training. And for that, there will be a few videos that we may want you to watch. Even if you do not, we do make sure that we go through all of them again in a very significant manner. It should not be, but one of the other phrases that I hear from a lot of trainees is they repeat this training. The first time they come in and they take one course. They take one course and they go about learning either through live or videos, but then what they do is repeat it with another one of these other fast track trainings and go through different applications. Our approach for the training is going to be more project based team. So we take projects and we start to work based on the projects. So this was the one I was saying. First attempt, let's try and watch the videos, or they just attend live, get the basic ideas. But the second attempt is the practice while watching the videos or attending live, and they really get the whole concept, the whole crux of the training going on with it. All right. So I do also want to talk about the live training versus video-based learning. And these are my 2 cents as to why, what is suitable for whom. Video-based learning is common theme for all programs. So that is number 1. What it means is our basic product comes with all the videos that we have built. By now, it would have been over 200 plus hours of video content. It is a lot more than you need or you can digest. And most of it will look common. There are a few which focus on training topics, like the one on top, HP QTP training videos. These are about 55 videos that extend through all the nitty-gritties of different various topics on each of these areas. The advantage with the video-based learning is that you can learn anytime, anywhere. So you can choose that, you know what, this weekend I'm free, or tonight I want to spend 3-4 hours in covering most of it, and you can go about learning it. They're very detailed, they have high quality resolution, and they go with a lot of content and depth of um, how you can really get detailed into automating any software application in today's world. So they're project based, so they get interesting. They're more like movies to watch than notes to take. So it is a great experience for you to go about seeing. I'm sure a lot of you would have seen my YouTube channel. You could go, because the first YouTube channel that I started in 2009 was QTP eLearn, and we still retain that. And we have over 30,000 subscribers out here. We have 300 plus free videos out here. We have crossed the 5 million marks of views, and we still keep getting a lot of traffic to our YouTube channel directly. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is live. Live is a scheduled learning. So when I say scheduled learning, what happens is you will notice that sometimes each of us require a schedule. Even for example, we want to join a fitness program. It could be anything. It could be related with dance. It could be with martial arts or a sports or a typical gym. You always have the option to go pay for a membership, get access to the facility and start using it. The second option is to try and take a membership which is more scheduled at a specific time. You have a program that is running, and that will keep you in a very disciplined manner to keep going there. So the reason I'm recommending a disciplined approach is so that you are able to focus on the schedule, and the planning is being done by someone else. All you need to do is show up. You show up, then we as your trainers will take care of you on that schedule, on that learning pattern. So for a lot of you who do not have a hurry in learning, sorry team, or the fact that you need to learn something very quickly, a schedule will really help. These live trainings stick to a schedule. We do between 4 to 5 sessions every week, Monday to Friday. We do not do on weekends, and you will get enough content in that 1 hour to go back and practice for another 1 or 2 hours after the session. During the live questions, you will see that during the live sessions, you'll see that questions are usually common. So how does Karthik or ITeLearn handle a large size group? Typically, there are hundreds of people who join our live trainings. So for us, there are two ways to do it, team. One is we see that most of the questions are common. So as I finish 20-30 minutes of each concept and explain as part of a project that we implement through the training, you will notice that questions will come up, and most of the questions are common. So it helps me to answer it very commonly. Second, for the fact that all your questions will get answered just because of our expertise in the area, and the fact that the way I approach things will be in a very systematic manner. So a lot of questions will get addressed, and you will get answers to most of those in the training sessions as we go along. And the fact that the video based learning, you need to define a schedule. So all these options are fine. Video based learning is a platform that is given to you. Live training will help you step over it and make sure that you are able to stick to a schedule and attend it. So live or video based, from my perspective, is all about the discipline and what kind of a program you need. So if you ask me, team, if I need to join a program or something that I am not very familiar with, because each of us are learners in different sections of the world, depending on where you are, what you're doing, right? So if we need to go and learn something new, you definitely need a group, and you definitely need a program or a schedule that you want to stick to, and that's what this does. So what do you expect towards the end of the training? The first and foremost thing, team, is confidence. Confidence that yes, you understand what automation testing is. Yes, the fact that you can write your own scripts or small programs to execute. You can be able to automate simple to large sized applications. You will also see what is the foundation for automation testing and the fundamentals. What is automation testing all about? How does this engine work? You go about programming and you execute certain things. How does this program work on? So for example, we are working right now, just to share with you, on Selenium automation testing, Selenium WebDriver with C#, and we go about writing simple manual test cases. But then we take this into our Visual Studio and we talk about how we program it, how we code it, and how we take it in a very structured manner. This will give you the confidence, team. These are the things that will really shape up as to how we go about execute each and everything. So let me quickly open one of the scripts that I just finished today to show you a glimpse. It is not in HP Unified Functional Testing, but the fact that how we go about focusing on the scripts and the programming aspects. The second thing is you want to be comfortable in writing code, especially with something called as descriptive programming. Descriptive programming is nothing but teaching the automation testing tool onto where to look. It could be a simple application which is just trying to do a login. So now, for example, this is a simple C# code that we wrote yesterday in Friday's session, and we are improving it today as to what we have to do to log in. Where do we have to click on? Where do we have to input some information? Where do we have to go and enter the password? Where you have to click on login button? How do we confirm that we logged in? What are the various ways that you can do? For example, the simpler things are like the if statements or conditional statements, which says that, we want to compare two variables. What is the right way? What is the working way, but what is also the right way to do it? So all of these things, we do it in a very structured manner that will provide you the confidence. We will talk a lot about identifying objects. You will be able to master that art. In Selenium world, we talk about it called as element identification. In QTP, we talk about object repository or descriptive programming. These concepts will become extremely clear and vivid for you to be able to go confidently and start doing it. Very, very importantly, team, we talk about how you go about building automation frameworks from ground up. Automation frameworks are proven methodologies, structured approach towards how you can take something which can be very, very efficient. It could be reusable and is very accurate. So you create it once, and with minimal changes, you are able to maintain it as the application changes. Simplest examples, team, if you all have used Facebook or WhatsApp. When we started with WhatsApp, it was a simple chat application, but then it started adding groups. It started adding notifications in terms of your messages being read or not. It started adding voice calls. So you will note it, or even message broadcasting. So each of these features were not built on day one. It started basic, but new features kept getting added. So there's a constant need that as the development is being done in the application, the testing also goes on parallelly and is effective too. And for those kind of applications, and for anything in today's agile world, which is focusing on how we do bits and pieces in a very structured environment, we talk a lot about frameworks, and that is something we hope you will master. So all this, team, is very common, be it to any automation testing, but this one is focusing primarily on HP Unified Functional Testing. All the programs, all the trainings that we do, we divide it into projects. So instead of telling you what is a framework or what is VB scripting, or here is an if statement, or here is a function, or here is descriptive programming, we talk about an application. We talk about how we need to start moving from manual testing to automation testing. And as part of that, we also learn these concepts of coding, of automation testing and programming, and so on. All right. And towards the end, you'll also see the option to do a live project. I spoke a lot already about confident to go and crack the interview, because the simplest answer to crack an interview is this. Here is my statement on how you can crack an interview. Any question that is being asked to you by the interview panel, you have two answers. One is a conceptual or theoretical answer which says, hey, what is descriptive programming? And you say, here is descriptive programming. The other way, which is the most successful one and which will get you the position that you're seeking, is, in my experience in this project, I have used descriptive programming because this application was behaving in a strange manner for certain reasons, and it required something unique to be done to solve that issue, and hence I use descriptive programming. And then I realized that here is what descriptive programming is. Do you see the difference in the approach, everyone? Can you say yes or no in the chat, please? One is answering the question. Two is referring to an experience that you've gone through in your career, in your profession, in your training, that you can point to and say, hey, here is where I've used it. All right. And this is why I know. For example, if someone comes to me and says, do you know how to drive a stick shift in US, right? Manual car, not a automatic vehicle where you actually have to have a clutch and you have to change the vehicle. I drive a stick shift as well. What will your answer be? Yes, I know it. Here is what is manual car or stick shift versus automatic. Or I can say, where I came from in India, we all have stick shifts, and I've learned my first car using a stick shift, and I know it is not easy to get used to a clutch, but since I have that experience, I did learn, or I can easily do a stick shift driving in the US, and I know for the fact that this is the difference. You see, that is what, team. So you keep going back into your interview and keep pointing that this is how we need to. Last but not least, team, we will send you a welcome pack with all the details of what you need, of how you go about implementing the trial version from HP Unified Functional Testing, how you go about addressing your questions using our forum. All right. So I also want to show you that you can quickly go to Google, team. Don't have to focus too much on anything, and just say HP Unified Functional Testing. All right. And once you go there, you'll see a link that will take you directly to HP Unified Functional Testing. I personally do not like to click on an ad, team, every time because they will get charged. But here, the reason I clicked on an ad, I'll show you. While HP Unified Functional Testing shows up here and out here, this is the correct link to it. Nowhere else in the organic search does HP come up. It is everyone else. So that is the reason I had to click on it earlier to install the 12.5 version. Here is a free version which is valid for 60 days. So I would strongly recommend for you all to take access to this. All you need to do is fill up your quick information, name, company, email, job level, phone number, and continue. It will let you download. It's about almost 800 GB or something. I did download it today on the new machine. So let me see, how much was this? Yeah, almost 1 GB, not 800 GB, I meant 800 MB or 1 GB. So I did download. I am yet to install it. So I will be installing it today or tomorrow, and I'll get it ready for our day one session. So it's very simple. Go to Google, search for HP Unified Functional Testing, go to hp.com, the link that is provided, and get the link tool downloaded. All right. So that's about the orientation, team, to give you a quick overview. Now, any questions before I take you through a few poll questions? They may be interesting because 90% of this audience seem to be more in terms of have not seen the earlier video or not attended that. Okay, so Dishant is saying, what if we are fresher? And he's saying, how do we answer for descriptive programming? So Dishant, I will not be able to answer that today because I do have poll questions, but very simple, I'll give you a quick hint. What is descriptive programming? Descriptive programming is a way through which your VB script actually navigates away from object repository and goes to the application. Now, you know what? Here's how I explain it. Where's my fresh paint? Let me get this up, team. This is a great tool with Surface Pro, and I really liked using this. And I started doing it a lot, primarily for the stylus and the fact that I could use it both as tablet and so on. My kids are enjoying this more than I am, but that's good. Okay, so here is how it works, team. You have your application, and here you have UFT. UFT is trying to identify objects in the application, and then it wants to do something. So it needs to know two questions. Where should it do an activity, and what should it do? Where is like an address. It is saying, where is that username field? Where is that purchase button? Where is that shopping cart? Where is the drop down where I can select a country? What is the activity that you want to perform, or an action, or a method. What do you want to do? Do you want to click on it? Do you want to type something in it? Do you want to select something from the drop down list, and so on? This is how your UFT, which is a function, a test automation tool, will try and interact with the application. What it does is when it understands where to do something, it stores in an object repository. It is like an address book of which objects, where, and so on. It just has a name. It is like your contact list. You have a name of, let's say, Henry Shepherd, and you have Henry's number, email, address, WhatsApp, everything, but you always call him as Henry, right? The what portion team, let me quickly change to a little different color. I want to go to pink as well. The what portion is the action that is stored in the VB script that you do. Both of this information are there in VB script, but there's a separate object repository. When it comes to descriptive programming, okay, before it comes to descriptive programming, let me talk about this now. So I showed you that. Now I'll talk about this descriptive programming thing. So team, I'm just taking it because I saw it and I could not resist to answer it. The way it works is there is VB script. There is an object repository which stores the information of where the objects are located in the application. Here it says call Henry. It finds out where is Henry in this application and goes and does a call. That's a phone icon, team, just in case my drawing is pathetic, but bear with me. All right. So VB script comes to something in object repository, and all of this set is in your HP, UFT, or QTP. This comes, oops, UFT or QTP. Okay. This block is stored there. Now it interacts with the application. What your descriptive programming does is it bypasses your object repository and takes it directly to the application. It says, I don't need to know where this is. So instead of saying call Henry, I will say call 818-530 blah blah blah. That's it. That is a descriptive programming. The description of the object that you want to interact with is stored directly in the script, in the VB script. In this case, it would have gone this way or this way. Now, what kind of applications would you choose? Especially applications with change. Okay, Henry is fleeting guy. He's hard to catch. He's almost like a spy. He's a James Bond. Now, he keeps changing his phone number, and you've decided, you know what, there's no point in me noting Henry's number in my contact list. I would rather find the number and call him directly each time. Or there are too many Henrys in my contact list. All right. Or the fact that the application sometimes behaves oddly. I don't know where Henry is, but I do know that he lives at this specific house, or he is about 2 doors away from this house, and so on. And that is how I can send him a mail. Now you understand, team? That is the concept of descriptive programming. All right. Sorry, I had to deviate because this was something that I did get pulled into. I wanted to quickly do this, team. Now, but there are a few poll questions. Did you all understand what I meant by descriptive programming, automation, and the concept of how you identify objects, team? Very simply. Yes or no, audience? All right, cool. Thank you so much. Now, let me start the poll, team, before I get too late. There are a few more questions, so I will run the poll. I want you all to be active on the poll, and then I will be able to do this quicker. So I'm going to launch this quick poll. The first one, oops. What share? Can you see this? Oops, the first question, it says is answered because I used my stylus and closed the poll also. Sad. So the first one, this is important, team. How do I do this? Hide. None of you could answer it. How do I redo it? Okay, 0% answered on the first. My mistake. But total beginner to IT, trained in QA, looking for the first job, working in QA, planning for move to automation, already working in automation testing. And when I ran this similar poll earlier, team, the typical result has been that a lot of members have been saying that yes, total beginner to IT, they're equally divided. The least one, which I typically get, is the last one. They're already working in automation testing. So yes, even if you're at a beginner level to IT, or you're already in QA but looking for your first job, this is still the same. All right. A few of you, majority of you, are already working in manual testing and are looking to migrate to something more. Okay, that was the first poll. Sorry that it happened. Uh, is HPQTP UFT the right tool for your career? So this question is talking about, and team, you can just click on yes, no, or what is it. What is it basically says you're too new to it, you're trying to explore it, and that is fine too. But the yes says that you know that there are a lot of job requirements happening on it, and that is why you are interested. And the votes, team, are very important. Quick response from you will help me close this quickly. So I've got about 50% votes, and I'm going to give 5 more seconds for 80% at least to vote in. Then it will give me a sufficient audience to showcase. And team, the good thing about these polls is that the answers are coming straight from you. The answers also coming straight from your peer or colleagues who are taking the same training as you are from me. And you will understand how the other trainees are performing or what they think. All right, team, I'm going to close this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, team, I've got about 74% vote. Didn't really want to spend too much. But yes, almost 59% said yes. 24% said no, which is a strong resistance like the one I ran the poll last week. 18% of you said what is it? So that's good, because at least you're honest to know that you're too new into the field. But primarily for the people who are saying what is it, the answer is, when it comes to software testing, there is an option to do it with tools and without tools. When it comes to software testing, when it comes to anything in life, it comes with tools or without tools. So the more technology, the more tools we use, the more advanced things get. So the bigger projects, the bigger companies, or even the smaller companies who have bigger visions will try and invest in tools and technologies that will make things happen. HP Unified Functional Testing is one of the most popular tools in the market today that helps in software testing, and that is why it's become famous. So if you are someone who's looking for a job opportunity in the field of software testing, then HP UFT is a great option. That is the reason it is popular, and that is why it still has a great market. All right, one more poll for you all, team. How do you know? So if you know that it is popular, then how do you know for a fact that it is popular? You get to hear it somewhere, right? So for example, what's the most recent things we've heard? Anything, we hear it on news, or some friends or family says, or you go searching something or browsing something and you discover something. So all these things happen, right? How do you know? So this question primarily says for the fact that do you know it because your friends or family said, or that you researched and found it, or you went for job interviews you discovered. Do note, for this question, team, there are multiple answers. It need not be that one source that has given you this kind of an input. This is a great tool to learn, but it could have come from multiple tools, multiple sources. So I'm going to give another 5 seconds, team, to close this one. Quick answers, please, and then we can move fast onto it. And I really want to show the answers for each of these questions that I'm asking. The answers are so nice because for the fact that it is due to the thing that it is not only what you think but also the others. So I'm closing the poll in 3 seconds. Can you all hear me okay still? All right, poll closed and results shared. So 38% of you are saying that friends and family, they have inspired you, they have referred you to this. 63% have said that you researched and found, and that's a large number. You researching and finding something, team, is surprisingly good. In the last session that I did, very similar the poll, I didn't get 63% for research and find. Maybe more again 30s, 40s, but 63% is a big number. 31% of you went to interviews and the interview asked you, do you know HP QTP? And you said, what is QTP again? Right? Or what is UFT? So then you discovered that, hey, the market requires it. And that's a good number. 19% of you, thank you so much, only because I say so. Because you believe that I am pushing things in the right direction. For me, my biggest glad or feel good factor in life team is I get to interact with professionals across the globe. I get to have the opportunity to be able to build the right skill. I do not go behind the money game or business success. I try and do my best in training because that gives me a big kick in life. By the time I finish a 1 hour webinar, I'm so energized, so powered that I can go and spend quality time with my family. I can go and really do something with my life. And it really makes me feel happy when I get the feedback. I do get negative feedbacks as well sometimes. Karthik, you're going too fast, or you didn't cover this, or sometimes you're late to the session. I do get them. There's no question, but that is the scope of improvement. So all of you, once again, thank you so much for the trust, for the fact that you do believe in me as well. Thank you so much, team. Okay, is programming tough to learn? That's the next question. This is, I wouldn't say $1 million question, but at least $100,000 question a year, right? Is programming tough to learn? You know, very strangely, while you're taking this poll, I'll tell you one thing. The reason a lot of professionals across the globe, IT professionals, choose software testing or quality assurance is because they do not want to put themselves in a programming ritual. They do not want to keep learning certain things over and over and fight in a very competitive field. And that is fine. There's no question about it. But the fact uh, that is it easy to learn or not is a big question. And I give this example a lot of times, team. One of the best ways to learn and how, and I think that's there in the next question, but let me quickly close this poll and share the result. Team, you have 3 options. That's it. It's not rocket science. At least answer. Why is there only 60% votes? Come on, get up, wake up. This is a session that you're participating. Either fully involve into it or just step out. There's a good X mark on top. You can exit the session anytime. All right. I'm not keeping you hold it. If you are spending the time with me, there is a reason for it. It is gonna help and take you in a different paradigm shift on your career. Yes, it will, but you have to participate. Do not lay back. All right, wake up, get your answers in. 87% votes in. Thank you so much. I was glad I motivated you. So I'm going to close this now. Share. So 40% yes, I'm scared. 50% no, bring it on to me. I will look at it. 10% still say, what do you think? Okay, so I think it's easy, guys, because I love programming. The reason I say it's easy is because once it is presented to you in the nice way, you will love it. It's just like swimming, team. Once you know how you can take a few gulps in and you choke and you burp things out and you almost feel that you've seen, hell or heaven, whatever we belong to in the other world. And then you realize that, you know what, it could be fun as well. But you have to get through that. You have to get over that step. Once you do it, you will really enjoy it. All right, everyone. So it is going to be fun, and that is why it is going to be easy. It is not complicated at all. You have to go in a very structured direction. There are actually 4 quick methodologies for mastering software programming or development or coding. And I will talk to you about it in the day 1 session. Remind me if I don't show you that, then please. Okay. So it's just a variation of the same question, team. Again, wake up quickly, yes or no, or kind of mixed feeling. Answer. Does your view change now? Are you still scared after what I said? The reason I'm saying is it's going to be fun. It's going to be not super easy. You will choke, you will struggle, but at your own comfort of your home. You're not going to be exposed. Okay. So I just want to see what the team says right now after me having said that. So I've got about 65% votes in. 3 more seconds. I'm going to close this, team. All right. 70% plus 2, 1 and close. All right. Sorry, team, if you're taking too long to look at it. I know you may be reading. It's not to push you out of the polling. It's just to manage the time right now. But you're getting the point. And you know your answer. You can look at what the others are saying. There you go. So only 12% now say yes. Programming still gives the shiver. But then 65% of you committed. 24% kind of mixed. That's great. So we see how with simple few words of mine, you are able to motivate yourself or able to think differently. That is the whole intent and idea, team. Okay, so we spoke a lot about QTP, the training program. We're still doing this. Next question is, if you know one programming, is it easy to learn another language? I will not really present it because a lot of you are new to it. How do you master this high scoped area? Yes, maybe this is important. This is an important question for learning, and I'll give sufficient time. How do you learn anything new? How do you really master it? See, first you have to get the basics, fundamentals, become a amateur or a rookie, and then slowly get to more mid-level, expert, and then a master, right? How do you go about doing it, team? What do you think? And again, this question is multiple answers. It doesn't have to be just one way because there could be multiple approaches to it. Learn on your own, great option, because that is how I learned a lot of things. Okay, but I never became a master. I learned things basic when I learned on my own. Plus the fact that you have to burn too many gallons of midnight oil to do it, guys. You have to really go about burning and burning because you are in a lost jungle. I don't know how many of you have seen the series called Lost. Uh, you've crashed on an island. You are just on yourself. You need some kind of a guidance or something that will tell you go this way, go that way. You need a map. You can learn on a job. That's a big motivation, team, because the job motivates you with a fear that you will not perform, fear that you look like something that you do not know in front of others, fear that you may lose what you have. And that is a great motivator in life to take you. Learn with a friend, co-learning. You know what? My friend is going, they're learning. Why don't I join? Maybe I'll learn as well. Last option is learn with a group. There's nothing like this option or that option, multiple options, right? You have more options to choose from. 80% of you voted. I will close it in the next 3 seconds, team. Learn with a guru is very simple, team. Guru kind of tells you, when I say guru or trainer or a teacher, they give you a path, they give you a roadmap, and they say, this is how you need to go. This is the direction that you need to take. Do this today, do that today. Today, he may not or she may not tell you, why are you doing something? You don't go question back, why should I do this? I don't want to do this. You don't argue with a guru. You can argue with a trainer, but not a guru. The reason is the guru knows how to teach. The guru knows the subject, and the guru knows the storytelling ability to convince you, to mesmerize you, to motivate you, to guide you. All right. These are the people who can tell you what to do, but you have to blindly follow. There's a lot of blind following that you need. Once you see, then you'll get an oh feeling, an ah feeling, that now I understand what really happened. What was this guru trying to tell us? All right. So let me close this, team, and share this. What did you expect? So before I share this, I just want to ask quickly, because 85% of you voted for this. What do you think? What do you think will be the answers, team? Just, having fun with you guys. I'm just trying to see, what do you think? Which will get most ratings? Okay, that's question number one, which may get most ratings. Question number two is which will get least ratings. And guys, trust me on this. When I say trust me, I don't want to sound like a typical sales marketing guy, but I don't market or sell my courses. I just go about enjoying doing my job. Things will follow. That's about it. Okay. So I see a few answers only, but that's fine. Let me share. Yes, a lot of you said on the job. Most of you said with a guru. A very few of you said learn with a friend. I don't know why the friendship trust. Maybe it's time to get a second friendship day in the calendar year, right? Uh, but I think, the education system we went through all our childhood days and so on has always been with a guru. Has always been with a guru. Be it home learning, school learning, missionary learning, whatever, wherever, you still go about with a guru. The reason is, I'm not saying come join me, take my course. I'm just saying take a guided tour. But trust me, I've learned a lot of things on my own. I went through the hardships. I learned QTP on my own. I went for various trainers. I knew that they were not cutting it. Finding the right guru is very important, team. Finding the right motivational speaker who can really tell you what to do, how to do, and why will come later. Why may not be answered right away. You just follow blindly. All right. So learning on a job, again, great motivation. So I'm very glad that almost learning on job and with a guru are almost equal to each other in your poll answers. Great. So team, I think I have my last question. Then I'll start taking a few question and answers. I know it may take another 10-15 minutes for today's session to end. So appreciate your patience on it. Uh, all right. This is more of a personal question. I just want to ask to know the audience. It is from my side, team, to help me understand who's the audience. Do you know about ITeLearn and Karthik's trainings earlier? Uh, Three options. Yes, you did live. No, you just watched videos. Or this is the first time you're ever hearing my voice. This talks to me and tells me who am I speaking with? Who am I trying to talk to? Who is my audience? Who is my trainee? So I'm going to take another 5 seconds for this team and close it. Got 65% votes in. Wake up, guys. Come on. Last few. Bear with me. Do not sleep off. I know for a lot of you people, especially in the East Coast of US, I do appreciate for a lot of people coming from different countries as well to attend this. To bear with me for a few more minutes and then we'll go. So 65% votes in, 35% have slept or don't know what to vote. So please, I'm giving you 3 more seconds to vote in. Just I did live. There's only three options, team. You did a live training with me, you just watched videos, or this is your first experience. So it should not be rocket science at all. All right, can I close this poll now? 75% votes in, 80%, great. All right, 85%. Thank you so much. So 29% of you said I did live training. You did live training with me earlier. Maybe a different course, maybe the same course, and you're trying to repeat it just to sharpen your skills. 47% of you have viewed some of my videos or have taken video training. Great. 24% of you is your first experience. That's phenomenal, team. Thank you so much for the first time join us. Welcome to my training, and happy to see you here. All right, so I think I'm towards the end. I'm done with poll. Now let's go to questions. So first, day one is going to be Wednesday. Today is Monday, US time evening. It's 8:31 p.m. in Pacific, 11:31 in East Coast. It's 9 a.m. in India, UK, Australia, Europe. Please do your own calculations for it. So it's going to be same 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. team every day. Once we do day one and day two this week, Wednesday and Thursday. Next week onwards, it's going to be 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday. I really apologize for the people in the East Coast if it's a little inconvenient. You can always take the video option and the live option now. Try and attend the live. If you cannot, you're more than welcome to repeat it free when I do the second batch on HP UFT 12.5 in 2 months from now. What questions do I have? 60-day training, 60-day trial period. What do you do after that? I don't know. My simple suggestion is this. If you're genuinely trying to use the tool, HP will be glad. You can approach HP and say, you know what, I'm learner, I'm learning. I really like the tool. I want to take it into my career. So please help me get an extended time, or you can try and install it on a different machine and practice. As long as you're using it for non-commercial purpose and you're practicing, that should be totally fine. Yes, team, there has been a change in the timing. I'm just reading out the questions from the Q&A. I'm trying to answer that from 6:30 to 7:30 because my Selenium with C# is ongoing right now. So I wanted to stick to that schedule on that because I already committed for this new training. I would like to do it at 7:30. So I'm doing back-to-back trainings at the moment. So please bear with me on this. As I said, this batch, if you're unable to attend, that's fine. You can always join in for the live and the videos, and you can come back and repeat in 2 months. And then by then, you got significant learning through the videos. If you can't attend live, to do it live then, and that will be at a more convenient time. Any other questions from anyone else? How many days this training would be? This training would be typically about 3 to 4 weeks, team. So today we are in towards the third week of June. You're looking at third week of July, mid to third week of July to end this training. What else, team? No more questions then? So I'm going to give 20 seconds. If I can see any questions, great. Or I believe most of the questions did get covered. If something comes to your mind, let me know. I'll be glad to answer it. Anything to do with pricing and how you join this course team, do contact the sales team at learn@ITeLearn.com. They will be glad to assist you. How to get trial session. So you're already in the trial session, Meenakshi. You have this and the day one, day two to experiment the training and to see if it fits in. Who else? Thank you, David. Thank you so much for your lovely feedback. Is this training specific to UFT or Selenium concepts are also included? Dora, it is very specific to HP Unified Functional Testing. It is, yes. But yes, you do have some wonderful packages when you combine both the courses together. Even though you may purchase them together, you don't have to do both the trainings together. And I would strongly recommend you not to do. So for the first 2 months, just focus on one program. Once you finish the other one, you can go to the other. In fact, that was the other poll question. Which is more popular today, Selenium or QTP or UFT? While these questions are coming up, I'll show you a quick thing on indeed.com. So a lot of people go to indeed.com, job trends. Let me search like this, job trends. What this does, team, it gives you the kind of view on how a specific job is doing well. Okay, so data scientist versus DevOps, so they're comparing. Now let's say we had a term called Selenium in this, and you'll see over the last 4 years how the popularity is growing in terms of number of job postings. So there is a constant increase in Selenium, a few ups and downs and so on. But let's say you add UFT, you will see that the trend has been more recent. It is increasing much lower compared to Selenium, but it does go to the increasing thing. But then the reason is because they renamed it. Earlier it was QTP and now they put Selenium. So if you look at QTP, it is going down as UFT picks up. So you need to add both of this together to be able to come. I would say it is maintaining its position. It is not really growing, but it still has a significant market. And one of the primary reasons for this team, HP is an amazing sales company. It does go and position itself using multiple packages, not just unified functional testing. It has the HP Quality Center or ALM. It has the load runner and performance testing tools. So it goes as packages. It also does a lot of hardware equipment and so on. So a lot of these large and mid-sized organizations have contacts with HP for their hardware and software solutions, and it is easy for them to upgrade. And many CEOs, CIOs, and CXOs depend on paid premium solutions rather than an open source, and that sometimes becomes the winning point for HP. Selenium is an open source, so you'll notice that there's a lot of freedom in how you do what you do, but at the same time, it is open source, so there's no provided paid technical support that is there, and that way the reliability for a lot of the CXOs where they have a budget to spend kind of dives down. So this is talking about national, but if I look at the same, this is new for me. Los Angeles, I will see something else there because I live in LA. So just to show you how you go and verify. The other thing you can do is team go to dice.com or go to Monster or Career Builder and see in your local area which positions have more job opportunities. How to get 60 days trial period? Is there any way to get it once the 60 days? So Meenakshi, I did answer that already. I did show it up also. You just have to go and search for the HP Unified Functional Testing in Google. And once you get that in Google, go to that first link that you have and you will see the simple form that you fill up. You download it and you will notice that it's about a 1 GB file that you can download on the system. All you do is double click and you start to install it. So I haven't installed it. I just downloaded it earlier this morning. So I should be able to get access to it. So I have to do the installation. So I just started it right now. So it's simple click and play installation. All right, team. Um, if we are new to Selenium, even if we need to take QTP training. So it doesn't matter. Like I said, irrespective of which training or what, you will be able to easily take them irrespective. The reason being, we start from the basics and then take it more advanced. All right. All right, team. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much for your poll questions, and we'll look forward to have you in the training on Wednesday, same time. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a pleasant evening, morning, wherever you are, and we'll see you then. Bye now. Bye all.